Oshiomohle created NDDC leadership crisis, Idahosa. Chief Charles Idahosa is a former political advisor to Adams Oshiomohle when he was the governor of Edo State. He also served as the Commissioner of Information. In this interview by Sunday Adepoju, he speaks on the renewed resolution of the National Assembly that President Muhammadu Buhari relieved the service chiefs of their appointment under the ongoing probe of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. As candidates set up campaign for the September 19th governorship election in Edo State, what do you think are the chances of the standard bearer of your party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Governor Godwin Obaseki? His response was, the governor has performed excellently well, and I believe that his performance will give him an edge over his opponent. Also, he has defeated his major opponent before, and he is poised to do so again. Then, Obaseki won the 2016 election with 319,483 votes, while Pastor Osaige Ize-Iyamu had 253,173 votes. That is a difference of more than 66,000 votes. In terms of percentage, Obaseki scored 52% to the votes of Ize-Iyamu's 41%. So if he can do that in 2016 when he was just coming on board, what do you think will happen 4 years after, when he has been tested and the people of the state are clamoring for him to return for another term? Many people have expressed concern that politicians often focus more on name-calling instead of issues relating to the welfare of the citizen. What would you like to see in the ongoing campaign by the candidates? Chief Idahosa said, I believe Obaseki doesn't need to campaign much. The job has been done for him 4 years ago by Adams Oshiomohle. He had done the campaign for Obaseki and the PDP. We are already putting together all he said about Ize-Iyamu and Obaseki 4 years ago. We are going to put it on billboards and other places for people to listen to what he said about the two candidates 4 years ago, and then leave the good people of Edo to make up their minds. Most of the things Oshiomohle said then are in the public domain, and Ize-Iyamu has not come out to say Oshiomohle was telling lies about him. The National Assembly has been embroidered in crisis with the presidency over the tenure of service chiefs and activities of some ministers. How do you see the developments? I have been following the activities of the National Assembly and the ministers. The truth of the matter is that a lot of Nigerians have no clear picture of what they are dealing with. I think the whole issue started after the dissolution of the National Working Committee and the removal of Adams Oshiomohle as the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC. Like I've always said, whether people care or listen or not, what we are witnessing right now is an attempt by the National Assembly to frustrate and deal with the executive arm of government so that they can prove who really is in charge of government. As far as I'm concerned, what is also happening is a fight for the 2023 presidency. We all know who Adams Oshiomohle is routing for as candidate for the 2023 presidency. So what we are witnessing right now is a fight to show who is in charge, especially when you consider the manner in which APC was formed. The biggest partner in the merger which produced the APC is Senator Bola Tinubu from Lagos. He came into the merger with the highest number of governors and legislators. In the first tenure, we all saw what happened in the 8th National Assembly, and the same thing is happening right now. I know Oshiomohle inside and out and what he's capable of. I was his political advisor for 8 years. He gave the president the impression that he was doing his bidding with the election of the principal officers of the 9th National Assembly, but he was only pursuing his own agenda and that of his preferred choice for the 2023 presidential election. Now that he has been thrown out, they want to make sure that they destabilize the presidency and the federal government in preparation for their final breakdown of the party. During the governorship primary of Edo APC, Oshiomohle said the rubber stamp National Working Committee, which he headed, is the High Court, and the Appeal Committee is the Court of Appeal, and he himself is the Supreme Court. This is what we are seeing now. It is an organized attempt to paint the government in bad light. Those calling the current National Assembly rubber stamp are wrong. They are not rubber stamp, but they are only doing what they were instructed to. That was exactly what they did in Edo. We all saw the video of his younger brother, Said Aliyu Oshiomohle. At that time, I granted interviews telling the National Assembly to disown that statement but they never listened to me. That was the same thing he wanted to do when he wanted to plant 14 legislators in Edo State House of Assembly so that he can hold the governor to ransom. Furthermore, Idahosa was asked, what is your take on the probe of the NDDC and the back and forth claim by the Minister of the Niger Delta, Godswill Akpabio, that most of the contracts were given to National Assembly members? Chief Idahosa's response was, the man who said they are taking most of the contracts knows what he's talking about. He's the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, supervising the NDDC, so he is bound to have documents to back up his claims. He has been told to produce the list of the lawmakers who got contracts, and he has not said he doesn't have it. We all know that the NDDC is in a mess. Look at the role of Adams Oshiomohle in the crisis in the NDDC. He created a problem for Edo people with the board appointment when he was the APC national chairman. He made use of the National Assembly members to hurriedly confirm the members of the NDDC board. He tried to create problem among the Edo South. He mentioned Pius Odubu, despite knowing that the law setting up the NDDC made it clear that the appointment of chairman should be based on alphabetical order. The first state that produced the chairman of NDDC was Abia in the person of Chief Oyema Ogechukwu. The last state that produced the chairman of the NDDC was Cross River. The next state was Delta, but Oshiomohle jumped Delta and moved it to Edo. When the attention of the president was called to it, he immediately dissolved the board and Odubu was removed. Look at what happened in Edo State last weekend. I never believed that after all that Oshiomohle had gone through, he would still come back to Benin in the night and arrange motorcycles, taxi drivers for a rally while his people in his constituency were still mourning the sudden death of a former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Zakuwanu Garuba. People were mourning, but Oshiomohle was moving about with Okada riders in the night, saying he was campaigning. He was even heard that other relations were kidnapped between Kogi State and Okpila in Edo while on their way to Auchi for the late Zakuwanu's funeral ceremony. He went to Abuja to represent us as APC national chairman for 4 years, but he could only do 2 years, and 2 days before he was booted out of office. So guys, we've heard all of the things that Oshiomohle is into and the sort of politics he's playing with Edo State. Let us know what you think down below in the comment section. Thank you once again. Please, if you haven't given us a thumbs up, do give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as well. Till I come your way again, it's bye for now and God bless.